Wow, a very, very good evening to you viewers. And I want to say happy Father's Day to all our fantastic fathers, gentlemen, aspiring ones. I want to wish you, well, the day is almost coming to an end from this part of the world. In some places, it's even finished. But we want to say carry on, keep it up. Yes, keep it up and continue being you. Continue being you. Well, my name is Pastor Floris Lyman, and this is the platform Practical Talks with Floris Lyman. On this platform, I talk about everything real, talk about faith, talk about finance, anything that has to do with life, because life is real. So it's one of the things that I do to inspire viewers, just to enlighten viewers, and also celebrate, charitable causes, whatever you're doing. That is great. I celebrate that. I celebrate young people, for their efforts. So it's an uplifting platform. If you would like to come and share what you do, please do feel free to contact me at florislyman@gmail.com. Right, as you can see today, I have a great woman here with me. A few months ago, I've been thinking I want to talk about life insurance. I really want to talk about life insurance because I think too many of us have this mindset that we don't need life insurance. So if you die, people will bury you. And there's still some other things to it. Even while you're alive, other things do happen. So I feel it's important for us to share today. She's taken her time just to come on, and we are hoping that many of us will benefit from this. Many of us will learn from it as we go on. So our top topic is going to be how to build and protect your generational wealth. The insurance strategy. The insurance strategy. Maybe some people don't know what it means, generational wealth. Well, you will know that today. I have an awesome woman whom I have been following for the past few years. She's not even aware of that. I met her once at a birthday party, a surprise birthday party in Erith. Since then, I have been following her. She's doing an awesome work. Her name is Dr. Sheun Oke. She's an MBA. She holds an MBA, Doctor's Honoris Causa. She's an author. She's an apostle. She's a coach, a speaker, a trainer, a specialist, protection and mortgage advisor. Dr. Sheun is a wife and a mother to three great nations. She's one of UK's foremost self-leadership and confidence expert with over 20 years experience of being a top sales and marketing executive, a trainer, and have served many as executive coach. She is the CEO of Sheun Oke Consulting Limited, an insurance sales recruitment and consulting firm with a vision to train the next generation financial advisors or insurance agents earning 6 to 7 figure per annum in the UK. She is a health and wellness ambassador and on a mission to help 10,000 women to be body confident and become successful entrepreneurs. She's an ordained minister of the gospel and support the churches to develop their youth ministries and evangelism teams. She is a passionate preacher of the gospel. A certified leadership coach with John Maxwell Global Team. She is a frequent speaker at business events, non-profit organizations, TV, and radio. She has been featured in both local and international newspapers. She is the author of the multi-award winning book, Supergirl to Superwoman. I love that. The ultimate guide to female leadership, a complete guide to living a well-balanced life and raising the next generation of confident and leadership focused girls and women. And her upcoming book is titled The Book on Insurance, The Insider Guide to Navigating the World of Protections in the UK Market, where she unpacks the insurance jargons to simple, understandable conversations to help you and your family make informed protections, decisions, and purchases. Now, there's a part two to her life. Just imagine how many things I've so, I knew she was a politician. I knew she was a politician. I'm thinking she wears so many hats. So, and sometimes you don't know which one she's doing today, but I know she's active. She's very active in all of those areas. She's a community builder and is politically active, encouraging more people to get involved in both local and national politics. She was the first Black female conservative parliamentary candidate for Poplar and Limehouse constituency at the 2019 general election, coming second at the polls. Congratulations. And presently the chairman, Dartford Conservative Women Organization. Those of you who don't want to go into politics, especially Christians, they just think politics is for the other people. We have a living example here. Dr. Sheun, over to you.
Oh my God, I was like, who is she talking about? It's just been a pleasure to meet you, Pastor Florence. And I remember the time that we met at the party. You were so full of life, I think we've been friends on Facebook before we actually met in person. Yeah, and then just putting the life behind the posts and the pictures. It's just so amazing when you meet people in person. All viewers, it's a pleasure to be here with you today. I'm Sheun. Yes, of all those things, what is she talking about? Anyways, you know that the Bible says that when it gives us talent, we need to use it and invest it. So, and we're not just one thing. I wear many hats, and thank God I wear them very well. It's been a pleasure to be not just addition to my family, but also helping the community to make the best use of who we can be, right? So yeah, pleasure to be here, Pastor Florence.
Thank you so much, Doc. When I just wanted to ask a question for the benefit of some of our viewers. When you say, first of all, one thing I noticed before I come to asking that question, one thing I noticed, you're really passionate about people. There is nothing in there that was about me. Everything. And you're not only talking about the present, you're talking about the future, you're talking about generations. I think that was something profound in your biography. I think that was very profound. I don't know, maybe because you carry a mixture of politics is about people, health is about people, but that's very profound in your bio.
For all the things that I do, I have a personal story and I have a personal experience of those things. See, before we go ahead, I want to say Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all our daddies all over the world, to my husband, to my father. Yesterday I was writing a post for just before it struck 12 a.m. today. I was writing a post and I was just weeping. My daddy has been gone for 15 years and it's as if like today, right? And that's something that he left in me. That is a generation. He's no longer here. My second baby was just 5 months old when my daddy passed on to be with the Lord. Now, he was just 61 years old. And let me share this with you. And that's why I'm so passionate about this thing we call generational wealth, and why there are so many strategies, right, to build your generational wealth. It can be your business. It can be, you have something that you also inherited. And one of the cheapest ways to do that is through life insurance. I'm telling you right now, we're going to be unpacking that tonight. And that's why I'm also writing that book, because I've gone through so many consultations with clients, and some of the questions that they ask, I'm like, okay, I thought people knew this. I assumed a lot of people knew a lot of things. And right now, I know with all the interactions, with in different communities, and the questions that come out, you know what, I've got to unpack all this jargon so that people understand. And one thing I am confident about is that when our community have information, they do make informed decisions. So I'm really excited about the book that is coming out. You guys look out for it. All right. So my father passed on, and why did he pass on? Why couldn't I be celebrating my father being alive today while my children were busy enjoying their own father? My father is not here. I lost him to prostate cancer.
Wow.
And so if you're a man watching this right now, I will encourage you, please, annually go to your GP and have your prostate checked. My husband does it, right? Now, for some of our own parents, because I grew up in Nigeria, my father is in Nigeria, and I came to the UK in 2010. So all my life, I was born, bred, buttered, jammed. My first degree, second degree was in Nigeria. So I'm truly Nigerian before I became British, right? So in Nigeria, right, there's not having routine checkups like that. It's not common, right? It's not really common. So before my father even discovered that he had prostate cancer, it was already at a very advanced stage. However, maybe we will have done something about it if it wasn't also being the amazing man that he was, the kind, helpful man that he was, because his older brother had the same challenge. And when I was saying that, take care of yourself, it was sending the funds I was sending to him, it was sending to his older brother, saying, okay, you know what, let him take care of himself first. And by the time, yes. And that is the type of father that I have. The man that takes the care of other people, even at his own expense. Is that a wrong thing? No. But remember that we say that the Bible says that love your neighbor as yourself. That is the Bible. Not loving your neighbor more than yourself. You must love yourself, folks, because self-love is the beginning of all of these things. My father passed when he was 61. I was just about 28 years. I had a new family. I just had a new baby. We're in between building a house because my father-in-law refused us to go and rent a house. Right? He says this bulk money that you're going to use as deposit for another landlord, go and use it, buy your land, right? Start building. So as at the time that my father was going to die, I didn't have the cash to move around to even bury him properly. I had to depend on family members because right now my father was busy taking care of other people, right? He didn't have a life insurance. No. See, nobody ever planned to die young. But remember that we will all die. So write that down. So as Christians, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. But it's
Nobody
going
wants
to
to
happen, right? We all that. We will die one day. Do I want to live up to age 120 and 130? Yes, as Jesus tarries. But do I want to pass on and my children start the same way I started, having to hustle like me? No. Why?
die. Oh,
I know
no.
what I know right now, right? My father, I can remember and I can count like 10 of my cousins that my father saw through the university that lived in my house while we were growing up. When he was able, because he believed in investing in other children. Now, when it was time to take care of some things, he did not do that because he believed that if I take care of these younger ones, while my children are growing up, even if anything happens, they will take care of them because he thought everybody was like him. Unfortunately, no. Nobody was as selfless as he was. So when my daddy passed on, I had help from friends and family. I had to depend. Like, there was no go for me. But thank God that I had customers that helped. I had friends that helped. But remember what it felt like I've almost felt like passing out when I knew my father died because there was nothing anywhere. He was that planning for burial. And unfortunately, it didn't live to see a lot of good things that I'm doing today. All the conversations that we had. This little girl, I'm the firstborn of the family. He wanted to see me grow. We discussed it. He wasn't seeing me as just my first daughter. He was seeing me, I'm the boy, I'm the girl, I'm the leader of his clan. And
Hmm.
we had conversations about that. But the very, very first promotion I was going to get, I was in the bank sector. I was a marketing officer right then, and one of the topmost banks in Nigeria. The first day, the first promotion I will ever get in my life was the same day that my father died. It was
Hmm.
October 20th, 2006. Still a date in my memory. My first one was going to be 3 years old the next day. My father passed on today. I had a 5-month-old baby, a young family, and no money anywhere to even start thinking of burial, let alone start life. But just imagine if my dad had like maybe around 1 million, even 1 million naira in life insurance. It means we will have buried him. We'll have had some money. I don't know what a million naira means right now. Then I'm just
Hmm.
saying that's all he had. We will have been able to set up his widow, my mom, to do things. Because that's another thing that you need to think about. When somebody passes away, when you pass away and you leave your spouse behind, what's going to be said about you? In what state are you going to leave your children? What lifestyle will your children live? And when I have consultation with some people, they will tell me, "Oh, doctor, don't worry. I have houses. I have investment in stocks and bonds." Okay, now let's unpack that. You have houses, right? They are part of your estates. Okay, in the United Kingdom, before your estate is released, all your estate will be all its worth will be put together. HMRC will send your family member, your family, 40% bill of whatever you own. Now the question is, where is
Wow.
the cash, the raw cash to pay that ahead of time before your family can take charge of your
Wow.
stocks, millions of pounds that you have in stocks or millions of pounds that you have in properties? They can't even sell to raise the bill. They've got to go borrow.
Hmm.
Folks,
Wow.
these are things I will be unpacking in my book. Little things that you may not pay attention to. Because while you're here alive, the government is going to charge you in taxes, yeah? So we're doing between the 20% to some that are already paying 50% taxes. Now, so all we also wake up in the morning, we are earning well, your lifestyle is great, you can buy your car, you can pay monthly, for your rental of your car. For people on leases, you're living large. It's good, it's amazing. You're living large. The remaining 50% is what you used to invest in all those things. So 50% that you used to buy your house and all of that, when you pass on, you'll see your family will pay 40% again, meaning you've actually paid 90% to the
Wow.
government. Whatever you don't know could hurt you, folks. Could hurt you. And not a lot of people know. Actually, not as if people don't know about inheritance tax. Well, they are just not paying attention because it's not
Wow.
in base, but it is low, folks. Inheritance, inheritance tax is low. My father, maybe just like you're investing in your children's education now, which is fantastic. You need to do that. You've invested in a good home, in a good environment for them, and you should do that, right? You spend time with them. But I want you to have this thought: what if I am not here tomorrow? Sit down and count the cost. Now, I'm not moving swiftly into how can you proactively become that righteous person that the Bible talked about. The Bible didn't even say in Proverbs 13, the Bible didn't talk about a righteous person leaving inheritance for his children. It says for his grandchildren. My father did not meet my last baby, Nicole, my daughter, who is going to be 13 this year.
Hmm.
I only saw two of my children, right? But he invested his goodwill and his money in my cousins, in other people, which is goodwill. I'm sure it has come around and done amazing things for us that I can't put a finger to. However, when I was having the conversation with my mom, Okay, now if you're not the widow, you don't understand what widows go through. Me, I did not understand what she was going through there when she lost her husband. Suddenly, this woman that had a partner, this woman that had someone she could share with, suddenly she was, I think I was just about 50 when my father passed on. I'm trying to calculate it now. Now, this woman is a widow. The little or the much that my father was adding to, the finances in the house is now no longer there. Now she's alone. Emotionally, she's not 100% again. She got to take time out to come back, time away from our business, meaning the business has taken some bashing. And now everybody, after some weeks, everybody's gonna go, and you're just left alone. You know
Yeah.
that you're really, really alone. When see, it's good to be alone at times because you can reflect on all of that things. But when you're alone and you don't have the finance again, Pastor Florence, I think I want you to unpack a bit of that because I think you have a lived experience, don't you?
Yeah. That's why I was just laughing. You know, have you seen sometimes, this is just real, when people lose loved ones, there's different manners of crying.
Hmm.
Some people cry and cry with courage. Why? Because they feel like, at least the person has gone. They left something. We don't need to stress
Hmm.
too much. We don't need to go
Hmm.
and beg to neighbors. We don't need to go and beg. When you see the way some other people cry, they are not just crying because they've lost the person. They are crying for the days, the weeks, the months, and the years to come as how they were going to start. So, for example, I came to this country when I was young. We were young as a couple. You
Okay.
know, I just come from Africa. I just took about 8 to 9 years, and because I was still waiting for some documentation, so I was not entitled. When I lost my husband, I was not entitled.
Oh my goodness.
So that's why I was just laughing. As a single parent, I think that's one thing we're gonna come to. I remember as a single parent, I had to start. There was some finance, but I had to still make up for still
Did
days
your
I
husband have a life insurance? Did he have a life
was
insurance?
not in this country.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So, and I think the reason why I'm saying this, viewers, is to encourage you. Knowledge without knowledge, you
Hmm.
know, we are dead. We are
Hmm.
dead even to live in why you're still living. Knowledge is so important. It's important to find out things important because we were waiting anyway on the few formalities, So I had to physically start all over again. And I remembered then it was Scottish Widows. I remember I signed
Hmm.
up with the insurance. Guess what? I pulled myself out. Why was that? Because of mentality. Every day I was thinking about this £20 that it's too much. I'm paying, I pulled out of it. And I remember I've had a lot of people think about that challenge they're having right now, that financial challenge that's stopping them from saving something for tomorrow. But thank God I put myself back on. In fact, it was so funny. I'm like, when I put myself on my insurance, and I've done myself, done the children, and the
Yeah.
premium was even higher than that £20 I was complaining about. But then it was because of where my situation
It
was,
was. Yeah.
and I put myself on that. I said, never, never, straight on direct debit, never. I am coming out of this. At the end of the day, when I've gone tomorrow, I want to make sure there is something. Any other thing that comes is a bonus.
Yeah.
So that's my story. And as I say, I know a lot of people, when we're talking about those things, some people don't say anything. You can tell that they don't have anything in place. I made a decision that no more I'm thinking, oh, I have a bill to pay there, so I'm going to withdraw myself. 'Cause a lot of people do join
Yeah.
and they withdraw
No.
themselves because of challenges,
Yes.
but you just never know. I will not want to do that to my children, you
Yeah.
know.
And
So
this is when I consult. So when you speak to me, when I consult, I make sure that we talk about affordability. Now, folks, look at me, right? It's easy for me to go to the Iceland and come back home with £20 groceries because I know that it's gonna we want to eat it right now, right? And when it comes to insurance, it's just the mindset that so I'm just paying insurance. I know I'm not going to claim this thing. I'm just paying insurance money, and we see it as as an expense. What I want to say to you is, right, what does life insurance really mean, right? See, it's like you renting a house, right? So there are two ways in which you can own your insurance or own a home. You can either rent it or you can buy it. All right. So when you're renting, right, you have access to that house. So let's say, for example, your house is worth £1 million. All right. For you to buy that house, you have to be you have to be assessed on your financial ability. You have to go and look for your 5 or 10% deposit. I know I'm saying this because I also help you with your mortgages. So you can speak to me on your mortgages. So if you're watching this, just text free consultation to +447411857200. We'll be giving you all of that. Just we'll sort that out. So if you're going to buy a house of 1 million, you have to go to look for the deposit, right? And then all the documentation, and then the bank will borrow you the remaining, or the government can support you as part of the
Dr. Sean, can I please put that, please? Text free consultation
to +447411857200.
+4474.
Yeah, 11
Mm-hmm.
85
Mm-hmm.
7200.
00.
Yeah, just free consultation live. So I know that it's from here. So put
Yeah.
LIVE there. So I know that it's really from this show.
Yeah.
Free consultation live. All right. And then we'll
Okay.
be talking about how can you also become a financial advisor, because like I told you, it's not just about you getting access to insurance or protections or mortgages only. Also, we're looking for a lot of people that want to educate people on this journey. And when you do that, you can be mentored to own your own business within the finance industry, and you can make your 6 7 figures if you are serious about taking this on as a career. I'll also be able to help you with that one. All right, so let's get back to it. So two ways to own a home. All right, you can rent it, you can buy it. Right. When you're buying, there's a whole total legality behind it, the things you need to do, and you need to have your own contribution. You have to, and that means you have equity in that house. Okay. But the faster way to do it is that £1 million house, you can also rent it. Meaning right now, today, if you pay your rent, you can move the next day into the house. All right. Now, the financial implication to rent it is cheaper than to buy it. All right. So we have life insurance and we have life assurance. Now, the way life insurance works is like, so let's say, for example, in your working life, okay, let's say you're 40 years old right now. Let's do a bit of calculation. And I want you to understand how these things work. Okay. For example, calculations, you're in your 20s and you're going to work up to age 65. So you have 25 years to go. All right. 25 years, every year you make, on the average, let's say the average in our community is roughly about 35, 40,000 pounds per annum that they earn. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have like 1 to 2% of our black community actually earning over 100K. But on the average, 30 to, so let's use 40,000. So let's say you're working and you make 40,000 over the next 25 years. That's 40,000 times 25, right? That's a million. So while you're working without investing, at least you will have earned £1 million in that 25 years. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if while you're on your way, you actually didn't live up to that age 65? My father didn't, and my mother did not. All right. However, if they were able to live up to that age, up to retirement, at least from their 40s, they will have been able to make £1 million. Now, my father died at 61. Now, remember that the average family in the UK today hardly have like £2,000 saved anywhere in savings at each point in time, because we're going to pay the bills. See, the cost of living is manic right now. There's a
Yep.
crisis going on. The government is trying to do all they can to help, but we are in a crisis. So even with this now, with people earning 40,000, ask them how many of them have £10,000 saved anywhere. But we're gonna. So right now, while you have not made that £1 million yet, you can actually rent that £1 million with insurance, meaning that okay, I'm going to make this 1 million in my lifetime. However, if anything were to happen along the way, and this amount is not able to come into the family because I am no longer here, there's somebody that pay out that that amount to your family. So you rent it for a period of time. All right. So if you have an insurance that will expire at your retirement, it is cheaper. In fact, for that 1 million, I'm not sure you can pay you pay more than maybe 50, 60 pounds. And this is what it means. That today, after paying that 50 pounds rent, which is your premium, if anything were to happen to you today, that 1 million pounds is going to go to your family. So now look at it. 1 million that's going to take you 25 years to build, you have access to it today at 50 pounds or at 100 pounds renting. Now you don't own the house. Remember, you're renting. Okay. But there's another policy that's called all of life. That one you are buying outrightly. So all of life is life assurance, right? Life assurance means even if you live up to ages, so like the life insurance is a contract period. If you live within those contracts, if you die a day after that contract, the contract is ended, and that is reflective in your premium. So some people, doctor, my premium, I have insurance, I pay 15 pounds. That's fine. When is expiry date? Because between you and I, it is a business for the insurance company. It is a business of protection. It is the business of risk. It's like your risk transfer. I'm transferring this risk to the insurance company. That if anything were to happen to me, I die, my family will not be left bereft. Not just, yes, emotionally they will, but folks, if money is no longer another headache that they have to deal with, you have done well. So now the life insurance company will give you much cheaper premium for a policy that's going to end at your retirement, because in most cases people have to leave.
So doc,
okay,
sorry, doc. So you have life insurance, you have life assurance.
Assurance, yes.
So assurance is the one that you can do and you can take it as retirement.
You can do it now, and it's not going to expire at all. So even if you live up to age 120, there is a payout to your family. Life insurance is a contract with expiry date. Now let me give you a typical example. So I have one of my friends, like it wasn't my client. So people were like, "Oh, I have cheap insurance." I said, "Yes, let's unpack it. I'll tell you why it's cheaper." Why for most of my clients, I make sure that I do the insurance up to age. So if you're going to have insurance, we do up to age 90. Because average death rate is actually age 80. Okay, so so there's maximum likelihood that there may be a payout to your family, even with the life insurance, and you've lived till very, very old. Does that reflect in the premium? Yes. It's not going to be that your 15 pound policy. However, you know that in most cases, that still gets paid out to the family without necessarily having to take the life assurance. Now, life assurance has no expiry date. Okay. You can live up to 60, 70, 80, 100, 200. There's a payout to your family. So you are buying it. So the premium is like times 10 more than what it would be for a life insurance.
Okay.
Now, in the United Kingdom today, there is no cash value, right? So whatever policy that you do today, they always say, "Oh, they're going to return my premium." As the only thing that returns a bit of your premium, if you were to die within, like a certain period at the over 50s plan, right? They will say a percentage of this will pay to your family, even if you have not. So that's there are a lot of technicalities. So the difference between life insurance and life insurance is one has an end date, the other does not, and that reflects. So I was going to say if there's a particular person here. So this person, they are Caucasians. And now another thing is we don't need to oversell life insurance to the white Caucasians, because they grew up with life insurance. They grew up understanding insurance, and they know that it's a risk transfer. And by default, every one of them will take up the insurance. At times, maybe they're already 40 or they took it up in their 20s. It's there. They know. It's part of their lifestyle. But here, we will rather buy Ashwebi and go to parties, buy the big cars, and totally not have any protections. People have said, oh no, doctor, I can't afford £40 for £50 premium. But every Friday, they are at the joint spending £100 minimum on drinks, on alcohol, on on just doing, we call they do fine boys, but they can't afford £50 per month to protect the farm. Say, no, don't worry, if I die, they'll sort. I say, how could you think? Right. So this family, so the children knew that their father had life insurance, which was £1 million. Everybody knew. So they had the documents and everything. All right. So the life insurance would expire. I think it was we did it up to age 70. Right. So they had the 70th birthday, was a beautiful one. All right. 70th birthday was fantastic, all friends were there. And then just 6 days after that, maybe, the exact man, whatever, the man passed on. So they had all the documentation, and they approached the insurance company. It's amazing. Our father has £1 million in life insurance, and they went through it. Truly, he did. But when was the expiry date? On his 70th birthday. If he had died a day to his 70th birthday, the family will have gotten £1 million. If he had died on the date, on the 70th birthday itself, they will have had £1 million. But he had cleared that contract by 6 days. There was no payout because the contract ended. Yeah, so I want you to understand that there is an expiry date for your life insurance. So if you have a life insurance, you're watching this right now, go and check the expiry date. Okay?
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And if you have a life assurance, fantastic. If you have medical conditions and you've been refused insurance before, have a conversation with me. I will help you to see what we can do for some of the providers that I have that are not medically underwritten. But you cannot afford to leave your family without protection. And how can you build the next generational wealth? So seriously, there are different ways in which you can build generational wealth. Insurance is the cheapest way for you to build that. But just while you're going hustling and building up on investing and doing all of that, there's a backup plan. If anything were to go all right, if anything were to go wrong, life insurance pays out to my family, or life assurance pays out to my family. And we also have a strategy in which we can put your the inheritance tax in insurance ahead of time. So you have, we call it, it's part of your estate planning. You plan ahead of time. So we'll have added all your estate together as that a snapshot right now, what it will cost your family to be able to, to pay for the tax liability. We have it already in all of life ahead of time, so that when you pass on, whatever age you pass on, they have the cash, and this will be held in trust, meaning that it is not part of your estate, it's outside it. They're not going to pay inheritance tax on that one, right? It is 40%, it is tax-free. They can use that to sort out the bill of the inheritance that you're going to leave for your family. And here's people say, oh, don't worry, I'll give it to my children before I die. Okay. So there's also tax liability if you give away your property before you die.
So you've had stories where children have really killed their parents, or children have not gone to do anything in life because they've been sitting and waiting, like they're almost praying for parents to die.
Yeah, because you have someone say, oh no, if I have life insurance, my children will ask to go and die, or they can kill me. No, insurance does not pay out if they kill you. So they are even in jeopardy. So don't worry. They're not going to concoct to kill you because you have life insurance. Your wife will not kill you because you have life insurance. Your husband will not kill you because you have life insurance. Because if there's anything that looks fishy to your death, they are going to lose out. So don't worry, you are protected. And insurance companies are invested in making sure that you live to, you actually outlive your policy, because that means there's no liability for them.
Yeah. There was a question, but I think you've explained that. Somebody was asking, how does insurance works? I think you've just explained all of that, because even this life assurance, many people don't know. Everybody knows about life insurance, but not life assurance.
Yeah. So it's also called all of life. So you may have heard of all of life. So all of life is much, much expensive. But is it worth investing in? Yes. But a cheaper version of it is to take your insurance as a longer term one. So instead of it expiring at what, so because I've reviewed, funny enough, like, okay, so there was a time I reviewed one of the policies for one of my clients. I said, Sheun, oh, I got a policy, I got a whole of life of over 100,000. I said was paying maybe £66. I said, that doesn't sound right. Because I know his age, right? And I know what your whole of life is, and I know the implication. I said, okay, you know what? Don't worry. I'm not charging you. I'll give you a free consultation. So if you're watching this, yes, and you have a policy, I will give you a free consultation and have a look at it, and we'll definitely make it better. All right, because I've got access to all the insurance companies in the UK. So we'll find you a good deal somewhere. All right. So he said, so I reviewed that policy. What they've done for him is every year. So they've done as increase every year. He thought that it was a snapshot. So by the time it was going to take that policy, it was at £55 per month. Okay. All right. It is increasing value that they've done. It's not increasing per index. It's actually like every year there's a percentage that goes on it. By the time it's another 3 years, that premium will have doubled. Okay. So that means the £66 that he's paying right now, his ordinary is retirement, will have doubled. And as at that time, which happens to a lot of our community, they will not be able to afford it. And in most cases, they will cancel.
Wow.
Right. So what I do for us to make sure, let's do guaranteed premium for you. So whatever you're going to pay today is what you're going to pay tomorrow. The only difference in your policy, if we index it, okay, now let me unpack that. And that's why I'm writing the book on insurance, because there are so many English that come in and financial advice will throw at you that like, okay.
Tons, yeah.
So I'll just unpack all of those so that you can understand it and you can hold like informed conversations with your financial advisor. Obviously, I want to help you, right? So indexing means, like this year that inflation is going up. Every year on the average, inflation money loses value by a particular percentage. In most cases, it's called retail price index here. So it's set by the Bank of England, and on the average, it's about 4%. Now this year is actually so bad, it says about 11%, but on the average, 2.5 to 4% is the inflation rate. All right. So if you have a life insurance that is 1 million today, okay, in the next 20 years, what 1 million will buy today, 1 million will not be able to buy it in the next 20 years. So if your insurance is indexed, right, it will go up at the pace of the inflation. So if you take out 1 million pounds today, maybe as a £60 per annum, per month premium, all right. So maybe by next year, that premium will only increase by that 4%. Maybe £60, maybe like 50p, right? Means that your payout too will increase by that margin, all right. So that in effect, you are combating the effect of the inflation over the year. So by the time you are gone and you want to pay that out to your family, is the equivalent of what £1 million can buy as a dad. Okay. So literally things that you need to understand when you work with a financial advisor. So don't go and pick your insurance off the internet. There are too many things involved.
Yeah, I'm just reading the comments. Someone said, "Thank you so much, Flo So Tall." Someone said, "I will do." Well, I was talking about the review and also to check the expiry. That one is just an eye opener. Checking I need to check because I'm not sure if mine was 85. So when you said 70, I was like, okay, at least mine was 85. But what if I live longer than that? Will my payment still come through? Because if I don't die, will the payment still go?
Yeah, if you don't die within the time of the contract, there is no payout to the family. So what I encourage people to do is have a little bit of all of life, because it's much more expensive. It means that even if it's just 30,000 pounds that you've taken out, you know that your funeral will be covered. At least that's not an headache for the family. Yes, your children still are growing, your grandchildren are coming, and all of that. But at least you know that the burial will not be an issue. You will have paid. So that hold it, or you can have more if you have more affordability. I say to people, insurance is not expensive. It's better to add something than nothing. For whatever you have in your budget, put something in place. We can always increase it and add on to it as you go on.
So yeah, let me finish her. She was saying when we take out insurance policies, it's not something we ever think about checking the expiry date. She said very interesting. She's saying thank you. She's received insight there, even for myself, I believe many people. So Doc, just clear this thing. So can somebody switch? For
Absolutely.
example, if somebody have been paying all these years the life insurance, can they switch
Yes,
to
they can.
can they switch
Yeah.
that package to a whole life, because it looks like the whole life package is better.
It is better, but like I said, it's times 10. So if you're paying £50 for a 1 million policy, if it's a whole of life, you're paying like £500. But is it
Okay.
worth it? Yes, it's as if you're doing a long-term saving. And people say, "Oh, don't worry, doctor, I'll save my money." Okay. As right now, how much do you have in savings? In most cases, you don't even have anything. So if you over this last, okay, your first son is 18 years, he's going off to uni. You know you had 18 years to plan for that. But yet there's not enough of that money in the bank anyway to send them off to school. Yes, the government has supported us because it is challenging to save. It's good
This
to save.
this
But
yeah.
when you have insurance, you know that it's a money somewhere that you cannot touch. That's a backup plan. Now, I'm not saying that insurance should be your number one plan. It's a plan B. But why would you not have a backup plan? Why would you not have protection? So when we had protections in the UK, what we think about is security guard. But protection is actually part of your protection is your insurance.
Wow.
I say, understand the work of protection. Protect what you're earning now. And another part of it is it's not just life insurance, income protection. So if you're watching me right now and you're a business owner, and that's another thing, one of the ways in which you can pass on generational wealth is to have a business that can outlive you. But in most cases, when people die, their business die because they're the subject matter specialists, right? Or in a black community, there's no succession planning. So what I can also help you to do is to see how your business can have cash injection if any of your partners die or if you die, right? So that also becomes another investment for your business continuity. Because we start businesses, we don't think about continuity, right? How many generational business, how many black-owned businesses have hit 100 years and above that we know, especially in the UK today? Most of us, a lot of us are fourth generation, maybe Nigerians, Ghanaians, Sierra Leoneans, Ugandans in the UK, right? I'm first generation in the UK, right? And there's a way that you can have your business continuity using the insurance strategy, right, to protect your legacy. See, I want you to think every day that if I were to die today, what is my legacy going to be? What is my financial legacy going to be? Oh, I can't even afford to eat. You know what? Take out £20. Because if you cannot afford to eat right now, it means if you pass on, what is going to happen to those children? If you being there, it was a struggle. Put £20, £15, put it aside. Have some sort of protection while you are doing your own and building up your wealth. Insurance is a protection.
You just touched on something. I think I mentioned that earlier on when my knowledge was not vast yet. For somebody who is a single parent, but not widowed, but they're just struggling. They've been divorced, separated, baby fathers, talking about Father's Day. Some baby fathers are nowhere to be seen, obviously, for various reasons.
Reason.
And that person is really struggling. Is there a starting point that they can start with something Because imagine, I was talking about then, I was thinking that £20, man, is way too much for me. But now it's like my premium is double and a little more over, and I don't complain again because I am determined that hell no, I am not touching it.
When we see that something is valuable, we find a way to make it happen. The question I want to ask the single mom or single dad is this: you are single, taking care of this one. What if you're not there? Who is going to take care of them? You want to give them to the government? In a case where there is no parents, unfortunately, our system is not that amazing that they will give the children the sort of tutelage that you can be there. Now, if there is no finance again, it becomes double jeopardy. So here's what I'm going to say: start as little as you can. For £15, you can even get some policies, right? But it depends on what your age is. Your premium is ruled by two main things: your age, your medical condition, right? So your BMI, which is body mass index. That's another thing that I'm an advocate for wellness, and I've been able to help a lot of my clients also get cheaper premiums by putting them on a 21-day, 90-day program to get them down to what's acceptable, because you need to take care of your health. See, insurance is a risk. It's a risk business, right? And insurance companies are not stupid. They are taking on calculated risks. So if you are not taking care of your health now, unfortunately, it's going to cost you when it comes to your premium. So what I want to say to you is take care of your health. You need to lose that weight, 5 kg, 10 kg. Speak to me, I'll help you. Because overall, being overweight costs you much more than just being unhealthy. Financially also costs you. And so we say, oh, I would do it for free. I said, you did not get bigger for free. You used your money to buy all the things that made you to go that big. So when you want to lose it, don't think you're going to do it for free. You got to invest in the things that's going to help you to get rid of it and then build the habits to help you. So you need your age. The earlier you buy your insurance, the cheaper it's going to be. The healthier you are, the cheaper your premiums are going to be. Now, does that mean that you won't even start at all because you think, oh, I have different health conditions? No, speak to me. So text free consultation live to that number that's there, +447411851200. So it's a case by case basis. Some people will say to me, oh, doctor, but my friend is paying £30. Why am I going to pay £100? I said, you don't know exactly. So insurance is tailor made. So don't go and pick up insurance on the internet and trust your financial future to bots and AI, right? And AI. You need to, so it's just like your suit, your culture made suits. It's made to suit you, right? So insurance is like that. So your different situation, you live in a different area, you do different jobs, you earn differently, you have different, body compositions, your BMIs are different, your ages are different. So your insurance is reflective of your situation or your lifestyle, and that person's insurance is reflective of the lifestyle. So don't go comparing because you can't compare. It's culture. It's tailor-made.
Wow, Doc, I just wanted to ask. When you were talking, you spoke about will.
Yes,
You spoke
wills
about,
and estate planning.
and like you said, when it comes to Caucasians, I see people even do parties and call their family, call their friends together, call their solicitor, just to make it easier for family members. It's only in Afro-Caribbean communities where you see family members fighting because the person has gone and they've not done anything. And sometimes to do those things, we complain about the money and the cost. But we need to know that it's so important to do things like this. And also, I remember the story about this man of God in the book of Kings. He was a man of God. He served God. He loved God, everything. But this man died and left his wife in absolute poverty. What are we saying here? Say, because again, for us Christians, we need to work on our mentalities.
I'm not going to die.
People will bury you. People will bury you if you die. It's because our Father does not want that kind of mentality to have. That's a lazy mentality. We have to make effort. So even talking about this today as we celebrate fathers, I know this insurance is not only about fathers, but when it comes to the head of the home,
Yeah.
man, take your position, take your stand. They say my language, tie your oja means wrap up well, prepare yourself. Yeah.
Prepare.
Yeah,
Right.
keep it festive. And
Okay, women will understand that. However, Pastor Flore, here is what I'm gonna say. It is selfish for women to say, my husband has a life insurance and I don't need one. It is selfish. See, I am married to my husband. I love my husband. We are one, right? My husband has a cover so that if anything were to happen to him, I'm not left financially bereft and his children are not. However, what if something happens to me is lover? What's going to happen to him financially and my children? And that's why it's important for me to also to have a life insurance. So if anything were to happen to me, he is also taken care of. So women, stop being selfish and saying, "Oh, because he has life insurance, we are covered." It is selfish of you not to cover yourself for your husband, right? So when I say to couples, taking joint policy is, for me, is not prudent. All right. If you are not paying a joint debt, so if you have a mortgage and it's both your names on it, you definitely need a joint policy, okay? Because you're only going to pay one debt. So if one person dies, they pay off the mortgage and that's it. It's done. You own the house. But remember, the house is not an inheritance. It's not an estate. It's at some part of your own estate. When you pass on, your children will pay on it. But however, there's no debt for you to pay because the insurance company is going to pay your money. So that's why it's important. If you have a mortgage, it is madness. Oh, I have to use that word. It is a madness for you not to have a mortgage cover. I know it's compulsory for you to do building insurance because the insurance wants to protect the money if any disaster were to happen. So that means they will build the house, right? However, if you die, your family will pay that mortgage or they will take the house. So all your equity is gone. So it is madness not to have a life cover to cover the cost, the debt that you have to the family, to the banks, because your family will have to pay it or they'll take the house. All right. And that means your family will be left without a roof over their head because you were not being prudent. So if you have a joint mortgage, you need joint policy. However, if it's not to pay joint debt, do separate lives. So that means double payout to your children. So if I have my own policy and anything happens to me, the payout goes to my family and my husband. Yeah. If anything was to happen to him, his payout will go out to me and my family. Do you understand? Meaning that our children we have a double payout. It's still the same premium if you were to pay a joint. Oh, don't worry, I just want to do everything with my husband. I just want to do everything with my wife. Be financially prudent. It is because you still pay the same premium anyways. It's just maybe less 50p. So if you take 100,000 separately, that means 200,000 goes to your family. But if you take 100,000 joint, it's only 100k that goes to one family, and then the other person is now left without a cover. And who knows, you're already old, or life has happened, maybe it's diabetes, high blood pressure are setting, and then you are not able to have a cover again. So if anything were to happen to you now, you don't have a cover. So the prudent thing to do is have your, and so you know that when you pass on, the next generation won't have to start on sub-zero like you did, like I did. Now, see, my grandfather on my father's side was a very rich man. He had cocoa. He was a cocoa farmer in Ondo State. We had hectares of cocoa land, right? He had issues then, and some people went to put fire into the cocoa farm. If that happened in the UK, I had insurance, they will rebuild it. But not in Nigeria. He didn't have access to insurance. So cocoa will translate to many generations and the world to pass on. But there was a disaster. So the question is, if disaster were to happen in your family today, who is going to support your family? What is going to support your family? This is a part of insurance. And insurance is the cheapest way for you to leave inheritance for the next. How many of us in the UK that are blacks from the black thing have our own house that's fully paid for right now? Right? Access to mortgages again is another challenge which I can help you with, where we can structure, a plan in place to help you. And so I'm really, really trying to work also with the UK government, because that's one thing I'll be doing as a policymaker, to be able to lend my expertise on how can we add some diversity, some understanding of the black and ethnic minority, to be able to inform some of these things, some of the stringent that you have to pass through before you have access to maybe finance for your business or finance for your house and everything, which at times has to be driven by policy. So you need to get involved in politics.
Wow. Wow, Dr. Sheun. I don't know, the time has just gone so quick. I know you're busy, but
Yeah.
I think I might need to have you back so we can talk about
But
the
seriously,
politics.
to bring this to an end, right? There are strategies in place while you are building your wealth. Have a backup plan. So we protect you right now, protect your family right now. Yes, you're going to, build your portfolio. You're going to build your investment. You're going to build your property portfolio and all of that. However, while you're in the process of doing that, insurance is the cheapest way. And in fact, the first thing you must invest in is the foundation of your wealth. Because if anything were to happen while you're building that, then insurance kicks in. And same thing happens for business. So you have a business owner, let's have a conversation. Just text free consultation live to that number. And please follow me on social media. You have my social media here is Superwoman of Insurance. So fb.me/s of insurance. Instagram is instagram.com/superwoman of insurance. So if you Google Superwoman of Insurance, you'll find me. And on LinkedIn is Sheun Oke. So it's look out for the book. The book is coming out, and it's just all this things I've been talking about is to kind of like put it in layman's language for you, so that when you pick it up, you can flip through and be able to understand some of these things that are going to be able to help you to make informed decisions. So it's high time, folks, to stop thinking about me. What's going to happen to my grandchildren? I want my grandchildren to remember me, even if I'm not here, and my grandchildren are still. Oh, I bought my first house with my own portion of what grandma left me. That is what I want to see in the community now. Not that, start from zero again. No, that's unfair. The only way in the black community right now that we can build generational wealth easily, even if you're struggling to eat in quotes, have this language. I mean, you know that you are a self-starter, you're coachable, and you have no CCJs. Then speak to me. You can text Fin Advisor live to that same number. And I'll be able to take you to how you can become a financial advisor and earn some income to start building your own wealth. But seriously, you can afford £20 if you know that's important to protect your family, and you need to have a will. So if you're talking about your mortgages, your wills, and estate planning, your business insurance, your personal insurance, your income protection, we're not unpack that. Income protection is something that pays you monthly salary if you were to be off sick due to injury, accident, or any form of sickness, and including mental health, including stress. So, and we see that almost 20% of the claim that's going on income protection right now is on stress. So you can actually, have a break, career break, and have a monthly salary if you were to be stressed out and incapacitated to be able to work. What will it be like for you? That for up to 2 years, you have maybe £3,000, £4,000 coming into you every month, financially supporting you without you having to lift your hand to go to work. That's the power of income protection. So you want to know more about, if you are self-employed, you must have an income protection. Because see, okay, let me, before we go, one of my clients happened. So I was able to work with her. We have a life insurance in place, but because of her BMI and some of the medical conditions, we couldn't get access to income protection. Now we had very good. In fact, our premium is £157 per month, So people actually do invest very well in when they understand it. They know that it is important, right? So the premium was £157 per month. However, something that happened, she had, an injury to the back. No, not injury. She just, she ended up in A&E, and they had to look at that back because she's a self-employed, right? But because we couldn't put income protection in place, she said, "Oh, I have to put this insurance on hold." What would have had income protection? So even having a life insurance that you cannot pay for, unfortunately. So income protection is the most important thing if you are working, especially if you do not have sick pay. Because statutory sick pay is less than £400 per
Wow.
month. What's that gonna? It can't even cover anything. You can't live on that.
Hmm.
But when you have income protection, you have monthly salary paid to you up to 2 years, up to 5 years, some up to even the lifetime of the policy. Now,
Wow.
once we have to reduce our premium, our cover, so that she can afford the premium. But if we had that income protection in place, we won't have had to worry about that premium because she will still be paid if she's not working because she's having time off to get well. So income protection is an absolute must have for you, whether you have sick pay or not. Don't put your future. Some say, "Oh, doctor, but I have life insurance from my company." Are you married to your company? Even divorce rate these days from even marriage is almost 45%. Now you're not married to that job. So why would you put your whole financial future into the hands of an employer? So keep your employer's one constant and have one that you have control over. So you do not put your family's financial future in the hands of someone that has a vested interest. You have a personal vested interest. Your
Wow.
your your employer will put in insurance because it's a benefit for you. However, it's tax efficient for them. Instead of paying it to the government as taxes, they can take it off, you know, to give you as so it's become part of the expenses to give you as a benefit. So it's actually tax prudent for them. It's not because it's really thinking about you first. Remember, an average employer will think about themselves first, about you. But you think about your family first. So keep your employer's insurance, keep it constant. It's fine, it's there. While you are still at work with them, while you are still service with them. But have one separate that you have control over. Whether you're in that job or not, you know that that one is there. And stop canceling your policy. It's horrible within our
Don't
community.
go like me, previously.
The first that I cancel when anything goes all right is cancel your insurance. Speak to me. Obviously, I should be your financial advisor because you want the superwoman of insurance to help you, right? Because I know my stuff. Right? I do
Yeah.
know my stuff. And I'm passionate about it. I have the first experience of what it feels like not to have anything when you lose a parent. I don't want my children to have to go through that. I experienced it. I was in my 20s, yes. However, I was not financially strong. I had a young family, to take care of. I was not financially ready to lose a parent at that time. I wasn't. Now, what if I had had money left to me by my father through insurance? I wouldn't have had to I would have finished up my house immediately, and maybe I have some cash in there. My younger ones, his widow will have been taken care of even much more than she was. Do you understand? So what I'll say is all these things are important. Connect with me on social media. Text me. I want you to text me right now. Financial advisor live. You want to know about becoming a financial advisor and free consultation live. If you want me to review your policy or you want to take on a policy, I'll always encourage you go with starting budget. We can always do that, right? So if you wanted to £1 million in insurance, but you can't afford the premium now, start with 100,000. Maybe in another 3 months, you're able to have a bit of more leverage. You can add to that. But it is not wise for you to say, "Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to die. I don't even want to," because and people think it's a jinx to talk about life insurance. It's like I'm going to die. And start talking of life. It's serious. And that's why the Bible says that even it said that the children of this world are wiser in their dealings than the children of light. Remember that manager in the Bible that will say that, "Oh, we're going to chase him away," and And the manager said, if I lose my job now, I cannot do hard labor. I cannot go and beg. What will I do? So he called the people that owed his master because he was in charge. He said, okay, you, how much are you owing my employer? Okay, 1,000 barrels of oil. Okay, you know what? Reduce it to 500 barrels. So that means at least I've saved 500. Oh, obviously, he comes in and knocks on this door. He's done well. He calls another person. How much do you owe my employer? It's like 500 500 maybe tons of wheat. So what? Use it to 200. Oh, really? And then Jesus said that this man said, oh, really? Wise man. And he said, to conclude that place, is the children of this world are wiser in their dealings than the children of light. So why would be sick? Why are you telling me, oh, I'm a preacher, I don't believe in life insurance? What does that mean? What are the other things that you build for your family that you're going to leave for them? Where is that righteous person? Where is that righteous woman that does not just leave inheritance for children, but grandchildren? What is the easiest way for you to do that? Use the insurance strategy. Just put that in place. If today you're paying £100, some of us are paying £150 per month on our insurance, car insurance, before you leave your house, you can't invest £100 in your life. That is the biggest asset that your family has. You invest £150 every month on a car that it's just every day is even appreciating with the money.
Yeah.
Folks, be wise. Stop telling me, oh, I'm a preacher, I don't want to talk about it because I don't believe in life insurance. What? I don't believe in God. I don't believe in air. You breathe. Stop breathing. Let God take his event and say, oh, because I don't believe in air, so I won't breathe. You see air? No.
Wow.
So you don't need to believe in life insurance. Just do the insurance. That's it.
Wow. Viewers, that's it. Life is real. No matter your circumstance, no matter your situation, you can start from little. Dr. Shaw, I just wanted to ask, can parents take insurance for their, I know parents normally will involve all their children, but you know, you have your children who are growing up, they're 16, 17, 18.
For my son,
19.
I did insurance at 16. So presently, and do you know how much it's costing me? It's less than £12. If I give him £12 to go to McDonald's,
I can get it for my children. They should start paying.
As long as they're 16 years, we can get insurance for them. And the beautiful thing is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a blend of life insurance and life assurance. So we'll make it convertible. So by the time they're because the maximum age that you can do is 50 years. So if they're 16 now, plus 50, that makes it 66. However, what we'll do is we'll make it convertible so they can convert to a whole of life. They will pay bigger premiums at that time. However, it's locked in. They won't take medical questions as at that time. So we use the medical now. They're still young and nothing has gone wrong for them at the age of 60 something. But it's super cheap.
So that's really an eye opener. That's an eye opener for us viewers, parents, you know, take for the children. And when they start working, they can start, you know, we need to encourage them to start their commitments. They can pay to what, because they go to McDonald's, they go out, they spend money. They spend money without looking.
They'll save money to buy, the jumpers, the
expensive sport wears.
Pounds. Teach them. Just like we teach them how to pay tithes, how to give. Teach them to invest in it. When we start thinking, see, wealth is also about the way we think. All of us, a lot of us grew up in poverty, so we still have a poverty mentality. For anything to change, your root. See, when you see a tree and you're looking at the fruit, what determines the fruit that comes out of a tree? It is the root. So for you to change anything, you got to go to the root to change it. And thank God, the Bible says that we can be grafted to Christ, right? And that's why we are good fruit, right? The beginning may be bad, but because we are grafted to Christ, we have better fruits. And said a good tree is reflective in the fruit. Now, what we need to do to break this generational poverty is the way we think. So if you are thinking insurance today is too expensive, Go and so how many rich people in this country that won't have life insurance? It's madness for them not to protect it. So if you do not do what rich people do, will you be rich? Unfortunately, it is an act, it's a thinking, it's a doing. Teach your children the world mentality so that they build wealth. So when I'm discussing my children, we're talking entrepreneurship, we're talking insurance. My son, first son has insurance. My second son, he just turned 16. I'm going to sort out his own. It's there so that we start building them on what it is to be wealthy. It is a thinking, it is a doing, and then we start seeing it. As a man think it, so easy. If insurance
Wow.
is too cheap, it's too expensive for you to take up now. Unfortunately, that wealth.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
all I
Thank you
can
so much. Thank you so much.
gotta
Wow.
go.
You know when you know your thing, when you know your thing, viewers, it's easy. You've just
Yeah,
delivered so well for over an hour and you're
yeah.
still full, you're still full and passionate
We have
about
not
it.
unpacked it, but you know what? My book is coming, right?
Yeah.
And very, very soon we'll be talking. I'll let
Let's
you
watch
know
out for the
also.
book. We can come
So
back and talk about the book.
go right now and like my page, fb.me/s of insurance, superwoman of insurance. Superwoman.
Yep.
If you're looking for the only superwoman, yeah, that's it right there. Go there, like it, and there'll be something in it for you if I see your like. And right now, you're liking it. So share it. Also, see this information, share this video, let people know, and reach out to me. I want to help you. That's why I'm in business. See, business that set up to solve problems. I'm here because I've seen that community is lacking in that, and I'm invested in this. I'm here long term. I don't do double in. I'm here. That's why I'm doing a book on it to help you. It's there. You can always go back to it as a manual. The book on insurance is everything that insider guide to navigating the world of protections in the UK market. I'm not just working alone. I'm working with a lot of professionals in the industry, and we're doing something huge here. We'll be looking at policy that's going to drive all of this. But you know what? It is what it is. Please, it's important.
Wow.
Do
Wow.
not die in poverty. Do not leave your family in poverty. Protect it now while you're building wealth. That's it
Wow.
from me.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Sheun. Viewers, you've seen all the details. You can contact Dr. Sheun and she will give you more than what she has given today. I believe, as you can see, she has delivered excellently. Again, her contact details are on here. I know it's Father's Day, people are celebrating, but I hope that after the celebration, I know the views are just going to increase,
Happy
because this
Father's
time,
Day. Happy Father's Day.
yeah. Happy Father's Day. But
We love you all, our daddies.
let's think about the reality. And
Yeah.
like Doctor said, let's watch out for her book. When the book comes, this is going to be a very, very handy guide,
Yeah.
for each and every one of us viewer. We have to invest. It's nice to invest in books. Read what other
I,
people have
I,
put together.
I buy lots. I read lots.
Yeah.
Leaders are readers, and readers are writers. So
And please go and like her page. You can follow her on Facebook. She's on Instagram. Like I said, she's very active. Doc, I'm gonna have to invite you back so we can talk about women in politics or
yes,
Afro-Caribbean people in general
in
in
general,
politics.
yeah,
But that's another area that people shy off from. So I will have to come back to you for us to have a session. I believe that one is really going to be
it's
a
gonna be
blessing
explosive.
and an encouragement. Because I know quite a few people that I know that are interested in politics, but they've still not shown themselves for. So you're an encouragement. And I
Oh,
want to say really well done to what you're doing in the community. It's nice to have, a good mix. And I thank the government that things are changing now of
yeah,
welcoming females into the more
absolutely.
females into the
More
political
females.
arena.
We are committed to the 50-50 parliament.
Yeah.
And there's quite a lot of stuff. If you're a woman watching this, speak to me. We're looking for people that understand. We'll encourage you, we'll train you, push you out there, the more voices the better.
Yeah,
And
so hopefully we'll have some time um, when we can come and talk about the politics. Thank you so much, viewers.
it's a
Thank
pleasure.
you. Just to let you know, my book is there. If you would like to have a
Yes, ma'am.
copy, viewers, you can check on my Facebook page. All the details are there. don't forget, get ready also for Dr. Sheun's book, A Handy Guide, and remember to contact her. Look, she doesn't have to come and tell me that you contacted her, because I don't even know who is going to be watching this, to be honest. So please, this is so important for you, for your children, for your family, for your future. Please let us do something. You can start from little. There are some sacrifices that you're going to make. I told you things were not all right for me then, completely. And I'm still not there as I'm on a journey, but I made up my mind that what I have done, I am not going back on it. I'm not withdrawing. It will stay there. And you know what? Thank God for that. So if I can do it, you can do it. Thank you so much, viewers. We're on Facebook. Like and share this so that many can benefit from it. And also on YouTube, Practical Talk with Floris Lyman. Thank you very, very much for joining us today. We really appreciate you. Continue to go and check Dr. Sheun. She is on Facebook. She's on Instagram. Remember to check her. Well, we're gonna say goodbye now. I want to pray for a blessed week to you all viewers. Thank you so much, Dr. Sheun. I really, really do appreciate you're being on here and just being very, very practical with us all today. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye, viewers.
Bye. Go get your insurance. Let's get it done.